Greetings, Magic community. I'm Mike from MTG Scribe, and those three small words came way too late, because you can't tell that I'm the news. With everyone focused on the Modern Horizons 3 previews that have been happening this week, it's been a bit of a light week in news. So let's talk about a couple of things that happened last week after I recorded my show. The first is that the Modern Horizons 3 streamer event, which is going to take place on Arena on June 5th, originally was set to only have historic best of one and premier draft and sealed events. But due to popular demand, they have since added a timeless queue, which is interesting because close to 20 cards are expected to be pre-banned in historic. So this seems like a good and a smart move on Wizards' part. The other big thing that happened last week is that Magic Online announced that they're also going to have an early access event. This one's going to take place on June 7th, and there are a bunch of creators taking part in it. I've collected a few of them on MTG Scribe. I'll post a link to this article in the description of this video, but you can see the chart here. These, again, there's going to be much more than just these few. These are the ones who gave me express permission to post the times they're posting, they're streaming, what platforms they're streaming on, and their socials. And one of them might be familiar. Hot on the heels of me releasing my first ever gameplay video on this channel, episode 1 of my Road to an RCQ Waste Not series, I've been invited to take part in early access for Magic Online on June 7th. I'll be streaming on Twitch starting at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, and I'll put my Twitch account in the description. I have barely used it, so that should be a fun experience for everyone involved. I should be streaming all day, but we'll talk about it a little more next week. But for now, head on over to MTG Scribe. The link, again, is going to be in the description, and take a look at some of these other creators. They're taking part, some of them German language, Portuguese language streamers, and a number of names that you might recognize. And even if you don't intend to watch any of them, all of them very worth following. They all tweet and talk and play Magic pretty consistently, if not as their only games, and all of them are worth watching. In Magic Arena news, this week they released a little bit of a Q&A for how Modern Horizons is going to be handled on Arena. As we reported last week, the special guests are going to be in both the limited and store packs this time for Outlaws of Thunder Junction and for Murders at Karlov Manor. Special guests could not be found in store packs at all. That has changed. They're going to appear at the same drop rate they do in play boosters, so one in about every 64 packs. Additionally, the cards are going to be mostly legal in Historic, Brawl, and Timeless, although, as I said earlier, there are going to be around 20 cards pre-banned in Historic. Presumably all of the pitch elementals, presumably all of the fetch lands, and probably a couple of other cards. I would expect to see an article on that on Daily MTG, probably Tuesday of next week would be my guess. They had previously announced that for Arena, they wouldn't be doing a Mastery Pass for Modern Horizons 3, that they'd be trying something new, and that was revealed this week as the Psychic Frogs Horizon Hideaway, a store that you have to spend gems to get an entry to, so a little bit like buying the Mastery Pass. And once you have access to it, you'll be able to use tickets to purchase various cosmetics and other prizes, sort of like a prize wall if you've ever been to an SCG Con or a DreamHack or anything like that. You'll be able to earn these tickets whether or not you have purchased entry into this associated store, but you won't be able to spend them unless you spent the 2,800 gems to get access to that prize wall. And the way that you'll earn them is through quests, through daily wins, up to 10 daily wins, so it looks like, 45, 80, 90, about 150 maybe I said gems before, 150 tickets per day, it looks like. Presumably you have all of your quests. And those are going to get you things from avatars to sleeves to a draft token, which might be worth it if you're heavy into drafting. You can get packs out of it, mythic cards, and then art styles as well. So basically everything you would find on a mastery pass. It's just that you're not locked into that one track that you normally have, and you can choose when you want to get specific things. So you can prioritize the things you want. If you love draft tokens, you can save up for that 300 tickets, grab that draft token, and that's worth 1,500 gems all on its own. So I don't know how much overall the value of the store is, but it does cost 2,800 gems to get access to it. So if it is something you're interested in, make sure that you look through this list and that there are things you actually want on it before you spend those gems. The big news on Magic Online this week is the return of Vintage Cube. The Polish Pass started yesterday, and it should be around until June 11th when Modern Horizons 3 comes out. There's a full change list in the Magic Online Weekly announcements, but sadly, Tanglewire still absent from the Vintage Cube. I don't know what they're trying to do, but they're not endearing themselves to me. Except that they really are, because they invited me to do early access. But still, Tanglewire, get it back in the cube. One last thing before we take a look at the forecast for the week ahead. The Birds of Paradise $1,000 standard open is still accepting players. This happens Sunday, June 16th at 12 p.m. Eastern, and there is $1,000 in prizes, and it should feed into a longer season. There's going to be an invitational later in the year that if you do well in this, you might get invited to. So if you're interested, please go check it out. I think it's a great tournament, and there's going to be a broadcast on Nile Joan Rivers' Twitch account. So if you just want to watch competitive Magic, and I highly encourage people to support competitive Magic whenever they can, go ahead and do that. Sign up if you want to, but at least check it out on June 16th. Now look at the forecast for the week ahead. As I mentioned, the Vintage Cube has returned and is ongoing right now. On Friday, May 31st, I genuinely forgot what month we were in for a second. The Metagame Challenge for Standard starts up again on Arena. That is going to run until June 3rd. The card image gallery for Modern Horizons 3, I believe, is complete now, actually. It says Friday, and that's the date they originally put out, but I think it actually completed today, and everything that is draftable, at least, is in the card image gallery. Next week, we have, as I said, the Modern Horizons 3 streamer event on Arena. We're also going to have one on Magic Online. I'll add that to the calendar probably later today. So that'll be on here as well. Next week, Quick Draft for Wells of Eldraine starts. That'll run until June 21st. Midweek Magic for next week is the Outlaws of Thunder Junction Phantom Sealed event. And interestingly, this event, Festival Elder Dragon Legends 30th Anniversary, which is on the official Arena event calendar and listed as a Brawl event, was not mentioned in the Arena announcements for this week. Typically, they don't make mistakes on the Arena event calendar. There's probably a reason that it wasn't announced, but I am not sure what that is. I assume this is still happening, and they'll probably talk about it next week. But it is still on the event calendar, so I expect it to happen, and that's supposed to run for a week until June 11th. And again, that is some sort of Brawl event. I don't actually know specifically what it is, but it runs up until Modern Horizons 3 comes out. And then, of course, next weekend, we get our first play-in, the Best of One Explorer, for the Arena Championship. And that's all the news I have for this week. It's a bit of a light week, like I said, but there are some exciting things coming up, and Modern Horizons 3 is right around the corner. The set looks like a lot of fun to draft. I'm pretty excited for it. So until next time, good luck, and I hope tomorrow's a better day for you.